Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Anta Shock the Game 6.0, and this shoe is going for $109, so basically 110 bucks, which is super freaking cheap. But let's get into kind of like the quality of the shoe. We're getting a freaking carbon fiber midfoot shank plate. They're giving us carbon fibre on a $110 shoe. That's absolutely insane. And they're giving us N2 foam, right? Nitro Edge foam, which is a super nice foam. It looks very similar to Boost, and it's probably made in like a similar process as Boost, but the composition of like, I don't know, materials or chemicals to use or to make this foam is probably different than Boost, right? But yeah, I mean, Anta uses this foam in like their Klay Thompson signature shoe line, which is more expensive and obviously more premium. Is for Klay Thompson. This is more like a team shoe. It's kind of like Anta's like Hyperdunk, like how Hyperdunks were to Nike, right? So yeah, 110 bucks, absolutely insane. There's a couple of colorways available as well. So if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones, and the traction is very, very nice. We have like a very, it's kind of like a herringbone, but more like V shapes, right? That are kind of like facing each other. And yeah, it's a very, very loud squeak. Like trying it on my wood floors, it has an extremely loud and high-pitched squeak, which I like, of course. And also the bite seems pretty good. Hopefully, I mean, as far as like, as of lately, very squeaky outsoles like this have been sliding out a little bit for me, right? And of course, the squeakiness of an outsole is not synonymous to how it performs. I mean, I've had shoes where it's very squeaky and it performs really well, but also shoes that are very squeaky and that don't perform well, and vice versa for non-squeaky outsoles, right? But it feels pretty damn good on my wood floors right now. And as far as the durability goes though, the durability, I mean, they're saying it's an extra durable outsole, which I don't know, like the grooves are kind of soft. They're kind of thin and also kind of soft. Like the rubber, it's easily moved with my finger. So I do have my doubts on that, but I mean, they are saying it's extra durable, and I guess it's a cheaper shoe, so outdoor use seems like it'll be okay. And as far as the outsole goes, it's kind of decoupled. Not really, I mean, it is still connected right here, but as you guys can see, it's not, it kind of like dips into the midsole right here as far as the shape of the outsole goes here in the midfoot. But like I mentioned before, we do have a carbon fibre midfoot shank plate, which is a very, very nice premium touch. Look at that, that's just so nice. But yeah, as far as the heel to toe transition goes, it feels like it's gonna be very good, right? So here in the heel, although it is crazy caged, which I don't like, this cage is actually like not the stiffest cage. I wouldn't say it's as soft as like the Wild 10 cage. The Wild 10 cage is actually really, really soft, but it's also like not a super hard plastic, which I like. And we have a rounded shape here in the heel, and the forefoot super rounded shape and a lot of forefoot flex, but of course torsional support is going to be very good because of this carbon fiber. So yeah, overall it feels really smooth and I like how it feels so far. And now moving on to the cushioning setup. The cushioning setup also feels really, really nice, which is really surprising because companies like, you know, companies that we're used to like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, the cheaper the shoe, the cheaper the quality of cushion. You know what I mean? And usually they just give us like an EVA or Phylon or whatever, and they're like, oh, let's call it a day. It's a cheaper shoe, that's fine, right? But not with Anta, right? Anta, they're giving us full length N2 foam. This is the foam, like I said, found in Klay Thompson's shoe, like the KT7. And yeah, that's absolutely insane. I don't like how caged it is though. I mean, as you guys can see, it is exposed here on the medial side in the midfoot, but here in the heel, it's pretty much fully caged, and also pretty much like on the entire lateral side of the shoe, which also does suck, but there's still a nice little compression to it. Core feel seems really good. And which I really like. The insole is also super comfortable, and if you look underneath the insole to the strobe board is actually really soft. It's like they're using a foam like strobe board, and the step and comfort also is really comfortable. You can feel the N2 foam as well. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a nice blend of everything. Like I said, I don't really like how much they caged it, but there's still a little bit of compression, which I like. N2 foam also has a nice little bounce, not as bouncy as like Boom, Cushion, or React, but there is a nice rebound back, which I like. Step and comfort feels good so far, and core feel seems really good too. So I feel like it's gonna be a really nice overall responsive cushioning setup that's comfortable, which is insane for a $110 shoe. I can't believe how cheap this shoe is for the quality of material that we're getting. But of course, the material, they definitely did cut a lot of corners, right? So here in the forefoot, this is like it's a really thin material. It's like a see-through like plastics or synthetic material, and then around that we have some fuse, which is a good thing for durability and support. So like basically in the middle right here, it's super soft, and then around it gets a little bit stiffer because of this fuse. And then here on the lateral and medial side, we have like a synthetic leather, which isn't super nice. And also we do have like an inner booty, right? As you guys can see, like this mesh tongue goes all the way underneath this synthetic material, right? So we have basically like a half booty construction tongue, kind of, but also like a one booty upper. It's kind of weird. But yeah, the tongue also feels nice. It's like a mesh material. There is a nice little padding to it, which feels great. And we have a hole in the tongue, which I don't know why they did that. I guess it makes it easier to hold or something, but also you don't need it. You can just put on the shoe like this. But anyways, there's that. And then also here in the ankle area, we got some really nice, fluffy, plush Achilles pillows. And of course, it feels really nice in the back of the shoe on your foot or on your Achilles, and it improves lockdown. So that's a nice touch as well. But obviously, as far as material quality goes, it definitely does feel cheap. But on foot, it feels pretty damn nice, right? It's a really thin material, but also feels very supportive where it needs to be supportive, like on the lateral side. I guess the medial side, they kind of overdid it a little bit. You know, you don't need all of this synthetic leather. You don't really need support on the medial side, you know? But either way, yeah, it's a cheap material, but it feels pretty damn nice on foot, and there's no pinching or anything, and it feels overall minimal, but also like pretty plush because of the padding in the tongue and the Achilles pillow. So there's that. Moving on to the fit. The fit is ridiculously snug, right? Like look at this, guys. Do you see how freaking narrow it is here in the toe box? Like, I've never seen, like, no one's foot is like this. No one's foot is shaped like this, right? And I feel like they should have made it a little bit wider. It's even pretty narrow for me. I wasn't getting needles, but I haven't played in it yet, so I was just walking around it, so I'm kind of scared. Hopefully I don't get crazy needles when I play in it. But yeah, it is a very narrow fit, also super snug fit here in the toe box. So be careful going true to size. Like, I went true to size, and yeah, I feel like it's even a little too snug for me, but I don't know, we'll have to see. Hopefully the material like breaks in and gets a little bit looser. But if you have a wider foot, or you want like a normal kind of fit, then probably go up half a size. If you're a really skinny foot and you like a really snug fit, then go true to size. But for most people, I would probably suggest going up half a size just because of how snug this shoe is. This shoe is also really easy to put on, right? We have a very high heel tab, and this tongue opens up a good amount. You just slide your foot in and tighten up the laces. Very, very nice. Moving on to the support and lockdown, I feel like it's going to be very, very good, right? So as far as the cage goes, it doesn't only cage the cushion, but also acts as a sidewall. So it's a dual purpose cage. And here in the forefoot, we can see these like little points, right? And it comes up to act as a sidewall. Same thing here in the heel, but also we have an internal TPU heel counter. So yeah, lateral containment feels like it's going to be good, and also this synthetic material feels extremely supportive as well, which is a good thing. And as far as the lateral stability goes, we have a crazy outrigger, as you guys can see. So that's a nice design. It'll be very, very stable, and also you're low to the ground as far as the cushion goes here in the forefoot. So yeah, I have no worries about support or lockdown. It feels like it's going to be very, very good. Now moving on to the weight of the shoe. The weight of the shoe, I feel like it's going to be like a little light, or maybe like average. 11-12 ounces. 12.13 ounces. Let's check the other pair. Probably around the same. 12.28 ounces. So just a tiny bit lighter than average as far as the weight goes. The average weight of my shoes is around 12.5 ounces. And yeah, this shoe feels really nice. The material feels really minimal. Traction feels like it's gonna be very, very good. And cushion also feels like it's gonna be responsive, but also soft and comfortable. So yeah, I like how this shoe feels on foot so far. As far as the aesthetics go, I mean, it looks pretty nice. It definitely does look cheap because of the material choice that they put on the upper. But the overall design looks pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I also wouldn't say it's hideous. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, Anta is just killing it, guys. I mean, Anta, Chinese companies in general are giving us really good quality shoes for a really good price. And with their KT Splash line, also their KT Low, and also Shock the Game, they've been giving us really good quality shoes for a very, very good price. I mean, like, dude, they're giving us full length N2 foam with carbon fiber. That's insane, right? So just for the quality alone, I feel like, you know, it's a great buy. But of course, I'll need to check on the performance. I mean, like I said, the traction feels really good, but it might slip out on like hard stops. So we'll have to see on that. Also, I'm a little scared on the fit. It's a really, really snug fit, so we'll have to see on that. But everything else about the shoe is feeling really, really good. So anyways, that about concludes my first impressions look on the Shock the Game 6.0. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.